providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Caregiver Crossing. Thanks for being here. If it's your first time or you've been here 1,000 times, it's still the same. We are a show. Caregiver Crossing is a show brought to you by Joyce House Center for Caregivers and Adult Day Services and presented in partnership with Cardone and Associates. And we're here every week to talk about all things caregiving. I'm Tina McIntosh.
I'm Noah Taylor.
And Noah and I have a confession. We had a staff meeting earlier this week at Joy's house, and we started our staff meeting by singing the Brady Bunch theme song.
Yes. You know, there were a few of us on the staff who did not know the theme song.
So let's talk about generational gap really quick
let's.
here. A lot of us on staff are in our 40s and 50s, and a lot of us on staff are
26.
Yeah.
In the 20s, 30s.
I think Peter Brady or something at the beginning of our staff meeting. And you, my friends, should have seen the blank stares on the face of Noah and the other 26-ish staff members. So all of a sudden somebody broke out in the theme song for the Brady Bunch and not just started singing it.
We were like a choir.
Sang it the whole way through.
Yes.
And then my favorite part was I saw another one of our coworkers in his 20s lean to someone else and said, I feel like I'm on an episode of The Office.
With everybody singing.
Which is hilarious. Yeah. And if you think about it, in 20 years, that will be an irrelevant and outdated comment.
Right. And people will be singing that theme song.
Right. And the 26-year-olds will be like, I feel like I'm in
an episode of the whatever.
Whatever's current.
Yeah.
So anyway, it just still brings a smile to my face. That was a fun moment. So you had pulled something to talk about today, and that was, I don't know. You something about a crisis. Well,
yeah.
Tell me what we have here.
So, headline here: clinician-led crisis response expands across Indianapolis. Indianapolis has expanded its clinician-led community response programs across Marion County. And this gives residents access to mental health support during a crisis.
Wait a minute. So this is the thing that started a few years ago?
Correct.
Like after COVID or something, right?
Right.
Okay.
July of 2023. It started in downtown Indianapolis and then grew into more districts based on some of the data and the need.
So what is that? Like, we have 911. Is that the same? I'm a little confused.
Yeah. And that's totally okay. So the clinician-led community response, or some people call it CLCR, are dispatched through 911. So yes, a 911 call, but they are for certain mental health-related calls. And each team actually includes a licensed clinician and a peer support specialist.
Okay, so a quick Google search then tells me that the focus is on de-escalation. And so they're trying to do crisis support and safety and connecting people to these long-term behavioral health resources, which is great. And I would imagine this is things like welfare checks and suicidal ideation or suicidal or substance abuse, things like that, probably nonviolent, situations involving, the search says unhoused neighbors. So this is for people who do not have a home that they're living in.
Correct. And
why didn't I know about this recently?
You know what? This is why we have to bring it up on the show.
Yeah.
Well, it is a newer endeavor for Indianapolis. I have heard in other cities across the country, they're starting to do some more clinician-led response teams, other than just law enforcement. I mean, we just at Joyce House here, we hear of so many stories of our even our aging loved ones who maybe need a different response to some of the things that they're going through.
Well, right, because I'm thinking if 911 is called because someone is acting out, housed or unhoused, right?
Right.
But 911 is called, we have some incredible emergency responders who know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And some who I imagine are still wonderful and feel very threatened when somebody is presenting with what they don't understand is a mental health issue or a dementia or a confusion, something of that nature. So this is really interesting. And are these paid professionals, do we know, or are they volunteers?
They are paid professionals.
Okay. All right. But all I have to do is call 911. And a lot of times then instead of like the police showing up, you're telling me that this crisis response team will show up?
Yes, depending on the situation.
I feel like they're going to show up like SWAT.
This is actually the reason why we have the clinician-led response team, so that they don't show up like SWAT.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, can you? I mean, I'm just imagining a specific scenario now. I mean, even maybe at Joy's house, or maybe an adult day service, or some type of assisted living community. If they are having an episode where they're being physical and they're aggravated,
It can get ugly really
it can get
fast.
really ugly really fast.
So they have had nearly 3,000 calls since they launched the program 3 years ago. I mean, that's a huge number, and fewer than 2% of those calls required additional enforcement or detention. So, I mean, it's really an incredible thing that we're doing in our city, in Indianapolis.
And the data shows that this just, as this grows and the need grows, we can utilize more people to be able to help our loved ones in these situations.
Yeah, so for caregivers, it's like, when someone's in crisis, it's hard to know what kind of help you're going to ask for. Or I know sometimes people are really afraid that calling 911 is going to make the situation bigger or worse,
Right.
than it is. So I like this a lot. I wonder, when we call 911, do we have to ask for this crisis team?
That is a good question.
I have a lot of questions.
I
Noah.
know.
I need answers.
I think that maybe we should try and call it ourselves and see what happens.
Ask them.
Yeah, maybe not. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
don't
like a
do
good
that.
idea.
No one
I'm
should
not
do
doing
that. It's a very bad idea, everyone. But we should get an answer for that. I think it's interesting. And, Joy's House is at the table helping to lead the governor's multi-sector plan for aging, which is a great infrastructure plan for the state of Indiana on how we do all things aging in Indiana. It's a pretty big deal. And I like this. I'm going to take this information to the committee, because we need to know about this and know where it's working. This is just in Marion County, but I wonder what other cities, states, and regions in Indiana have this, and how we can learn from each other. So thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Absolutely. And I hope that, specifically right now, this is for mental health crisis, but I hope in the future that these can be for our loved ones who might have a cognitive issue.
Let's be honest. In a way, that's a category of mental health. So I
Yeah,
just have a lot
absolutely.
of questions. If somebody does know more about this, or you're on this team, I would love to hear from you at tina@joyshouse.org. And actually, I'd love to hear from any of you. We've been hearing from some of you recently, and it is one of our favorite things. So email tina@joyshouse.org. Let us know what we're doing right, what we can do better, and who else we should know and bring to the show. So I know we've got to take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more care.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app, bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecast, radar, and Indiana sports, all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
For a small business owner, every day is full of surprises. Some great, some not so great. Like when a client cancels their order at the last minute. But here's a surprise you will like. Progressive provides small business owners with 30 customizable coverage options to help keep their business going strong. So go ahead, surprise yourself. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates and third-party insurers. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Caregiver Crossing, right after the break.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. Tina McIntosh and Noah Taylor.
Hey there.
At the Joy's House studio. And we have a great guest with us today. Holly Hess joins us, and she's with CICOA Aging and In-Home Solutions. She is the Dementia Outreach Specialist and stay with me here, the Dementia Friendly Indianapolis Liaison and the Dementia Friends Indiana State Lead. Basically, she is your dementia expert. And her name again is Holly Hess. She's out in the community every day helping people and organizations better understand dementia and making sure that individuals and families just feel and know that they're supported and included. And so, hey, Holly.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad you're here.
Of course.
If someone's just hearing about CICOA Aging and In-Home Solutions for the first time, I mean, what is it and what do you do?
Yeah, so CICOA, we are the local area agency on aging. I know that's a mouthful, but really the core of our mission is to serve older adults and anybody with a disability by providing supports, services, resources to help them have a good quality of life and stay independent, however that looks like, from, aging in their homes or aging in a facility, really just being that resource hub and support for them. So there are area agencies on aging all over the state, and I believe all over the nation. They might have different names, but the core of every AAA is the same. So again, we serve older adults, anybody with a disability, and their support systems. So care partners and anybody that just needs resources. So
yeah, I mean, the AAAs, no matter what community you're in, that your local area agency on aging is really kind of a grounding place, right?
Yes.
For older adults and people living with some kind of a life-altering diagnosis. And so CICOA happens to be here in Marion and surrounding counties, and you serve a lot of people. I mean,
Yes.
I can tell you my dad had case management through CICOA, and you all really saved our family and helped guide us in so many ways. And so I am professionally and personally grateful.
I
for the
love
work
hearing
you
that.
do.
I love hearing the different stories when I'm out in the community of how we've helped people for so long. I mean, we've been around for over 50 years at this point, which is very exciting.
It is kind of unbelievable. And so for you as a dementia outreach specialist, what does that really mean?
And I want to say first that there is a dementia outreach specialist at each area agency on aging in Indiana. So there's an Indiana Dementia Strategic Plan that put that role in place. So really the core of our job is to connect with the community and provide dementia resources and education, however that might look like for the organization or the individual that we are helping. So I think the fun thing for me is every day is different. Like here today, I'm speaking on this radio show. Yesterday, I was having meetings. The day before that, I was doing a Dementia Friends session. So really doing education through Dementia Friends Indiana and any other presentations that I do. Also just attending outreach events, planning my own community events that we do through Dementia Friendly Indianapolis, and also being a part of different coalitions that support those living with dementia, like Vital Minds, the Indiana Dementia Strategic Plan, and the Marion County Council on Aging.
So you mentioned the Dementia Friends. The two of you are working on that together, right? Noah, you're on. Are you
Okay,
involved?
well, Dementia Friends and Dementia Friendly are different.
It's
I
confusing.
think Holly should explain because she will be better at it.
Yeah, let's start there. So Dementia Friends Indiana is a statewide education program. So CICOA is the administrator for it. We got the license for it in 2017. So all it is 60-minute information sessions that we are giving all across the state to all sorts of groups. So we train volunteer champions to lead those sessions. So that's all Dementia Friends is the education sessions. It's statewide, so we have a statewide events calendar, resources, all that good stuff. Dementia Friendly Indy is the community work of it. So these are local groups.
That's what you're doing now.
Yeah.
That Noah
Yeah.
is a part of the leadership team for. So yeah, we do different activities to create a more welcoming environment here. And so every community is going to look different. It's all based on the needs of their own community.
Well,
So
here's what I love about, all of the efforts are great. It is about helping people understand, like a restaurant, maybe keeping your lights on a little bit brighter, a little bit longer, music down, right? I mean, it's helping us figure out, like, how can I be educated and supportive of people who are living with dementia and their families and friends? Is that a fair way to say it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a cross-sector initiative.
Yes.
Something that bothers me, I think, is just not enough dementia education, not only in the healthcare settings, but just cross-sector anywhere. So, yeah, we are working with local businesses, working with healthcare organizations, libraries, faith communities, anything and all in between, to just meet them where they are, maybe provide resources, help educate them on how to communicate with someone that they think might be experiencing this, and all the things in between that.
For all the different organizations that go through the Dementia Friends Indiana experience, is there a practical example of an organization that changed how they interact with somebody living with dementia because they went through Dementia Friends?
Yeah, definitely. So I think something that a lot of people find eye-opening, and this is part of our communication section, is that people living with dementia actually need more time to respond. So it can take them up to 10 to 30 seconds to understand what you are saying, figure out what they want to say, and formulate that response. So I think people get frustrated, like, oh, they're not understanding me. But really, they're probably still thinking about what they want to say. So that I've heard a lot is that, oh, I really need to give them some more time to respond.
And not, as I jump on your sentence, not jump on their sentences and not finish their sentences.
Yes.
That drives me bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Like when anybody does it, but specifically when it's somebody living with a dementia, it's like, just don't finish their sentence.
Just give them some time.
Give them a shot. And sometimes I understand you want to help, but anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes it's just again, about figuring out how much time they need to respond. If you don't need to understand exactly what they are saying, sometimes you don't have to, end their sentence for them. It might not need to be something verbal that they're communicating. Maybe you're getting it from their nonverbals or something else.
How has this work changed you and how you interact with people?
Oh my goodness.
Her eyes got so big when
I think it's definitely helped me just understand our community more. So I'm from Southern Indiana, close to Louisville. So getting to move up here to Indianapolis, there's just so much diversity and life and resources. So getting to connect with the community has helped my communication skills and, what I know about community and dementia as a whole.
I love that. And then there are memory cafes. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so these are social gatherings for anyone experiencing cognitive change. That's how I like to explain it, because it's not like they're going to be checking for a diagnosis at the door. If you feel like this group resonates with you, then you can join. And they can come with their formal or informal care partners. So home health aide could bring them, family member, senior companion, whoever. So there are different host sites all over the state. So it's not like a licensed program. It's a concept. But the goal of every memory cafe is the same, to really provide that social space where people can feel like themselves, maybe get some resources, and not be fearful of just staying in their home or being fearful of those social interactions. So that's really the goal. Every host site does different activities and cadences, but
I went to a memory cafe where there was a drum circle. Are there any other interesting activities like that where people can participate?
I love a
the
good
memory
drum
cafes?
circle.
They're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
We should just have one.
Right here? Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a very
Okay,
good
I'm
drummer.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Are there any other fun activities like that, like the drum circle?
Oh, all sorts of activities. I think it also, sometimes it'll be based off the season. So I know Centerwell Senior Primary Care, they did like a spring, like gardening, like coloring palette and things like that. With Indy 500 coming up next month, I know they've done racing activities, but it can even be as simple as just having conversations, having those conversation starters. Sing-alongs can be really fun. So a lot of times too, they will meet people where they are and have backup activities planned and all that good stuff.
There's just something so comforting when you have somebody in your life living with a dementia to come into a room where you don't have to explain, where it's like, I'm with my people, we don't have to explain why our behavior might be out of normal, why we take a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you find your people.
And just be yourself.
It's really lovely. So Holly Hess is going to stick around with us. Again, she is the Dementia Outreach Specialist in Area 8 for CICOA. I'm sorry, my allergies are really bad today.
It's that time of the year.
With CICOA, and she's going to stick around, so we'll be right back in just a moment.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joycehouse.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much, much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I'm Tina McIntosh.
I'm Noah Taylor.
And we have Holly Hess with us. She has stuck around. She's got a lot of letters under her or after her name. I don't know what they all mean, but I know she's important and she does really good work.
I do know that too.
So she is the Dementia Outreach Specialist with CICOA, which is our local area agency on aging in the Indianapolis and surrounding county area. And Holly, when somebody calls CICOA, first of all, how do they know to call CICOA?
Well, that's about knowing where to find CICOA.
Right.
So that's we're relying on our outreach efforts, our community partners to hopefully share us as a resource, because our Aging and Disability Resource Center is really where anyone can ask any sort of question relating to aging, disability, and get resources and assistance and connections from there.
Okay.
That's kind of where people
So
start.
if somebody's listening right now and they think, well, I have questions about connections in the community or about the process of the disease or, resources that are available, they can call you at CICOA.
Yeah. So our number is 317-803-6131. So they like to prioritize those live calls over. There is an online form you can fill out, but there will be a real person, an options counselor that will answer any of those calls. Again, give those resources, maybe give a list of different things based off of what they are looking for. And then from there, if it makes sense to connect them with another CICOA department, like our Meals and More department, our CareAware program, transportation. From there, the options counselor will connect them in that way.
Here's what I think people need to know and understand. First of all, it's like when I was a kid, we had those books where it would be like, do you walk through the door or do you sit in the chair? If you walk through the door, flip to page 43.
The Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yeah, I love those books. It's kind of like that when you're working with somebody who's in a caring or aging situation, right? Like there's no one path for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And
So
yeah,
what I'm hearing is you call, or you can go to, is it CICOA.org?
yeah.
Okay, so CICOA.org,
Yep.
or you can call, and then you're going to be routed to what works for you, not just what works for everybody, because there's nothing like that, right?
Absolutely. Yep. So
Okay.
one-on-one approaches. Yep.
Is there a specific area or location that CICOA serves in Indianapolis?
So we serve all of Marion County and the surrounding counties. We like to call it donut counties because it actually makes a donut. Like if you look at the the geography.
I'm getting hungry now.
Marion County, any county that touches us, we serve. And some of our different programs have different eligibility.
Okay.
So I mean, I could go on and on about that, but we serve all of it.
There are a lot of layers to that
There are
donut.
so many things that
Yes.
CICOA offers too.
Because you said meals. I mean, it's like you can deliver meals, you can do the transportation, you can do the services for the caregivers. So yes,
I
sorry,
am
Noah.
specifically curious about CICOA CareAware, though. We've heard a lot from our caregivers, specifically at Joy's house. Could you tell our listeners a little bit more about CareAware?
Yeah, I love this program because it is really like a case manager for you as the caregiver. So if you live within CICOA service area, even if you're taking care of somebody out of the service area, you still qualify for our CareAware program. This is funded through Title III, so everything is totally free to the participant. So we have caregiver case managers that do one-on-one calls and outreach to the interested caregivers. And this can be assistance with resources, stress management, just navigating and having someone to also be emotional support. But also, as of this past year, there is now respite opportunities in and out of the home that are provided to these caregivers, which I think is really awesome because burnout is such a huge thing. I know everyone here knows about that, and we really want to prevent that. So that's a new part of the program that's really exciting. And they're not going to like call every day because they have to. It'll be based off of the timing and the availability of both the case manager and the individual.
Yeah, I think everything you're saying is so important for those who are caregiving to understand. Like the burnout is real. It's compassion fatigue is the term we use, all the time in this industry. And it gets exhausting caring for somebody else all of the time and not maybe pouring as much into yourself as you need to. And so there's there's the mental health side of it with isolation. It is huge. And so just even having that case management person who their name and they know yours, and having a safe place to land and to have all the feelings that come with it is a really big deal. So if somebody's listening right now and they're like, I don't know, I just don't know if I'm going to qualify, or I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if I'm the right client for CICOA. what would you tell them? How do they know if they're the right person?
Well, I wanted to say, closed mouths do not get fed. So even if you're not sure about the eligibility, it's always good to ask.
I mean, did you hear her? Closed mouths do not get fed.
They don't. You got to ask for the help. And that's something, too, we talk with our caregivers about how important that is. So with Care Aware, that program, again, you have to live within the service area, even if the person you're taking care of is out of it, totally fine. If they're taking care of someone with any type of dementia, it doesn't matter age. Or it is if they are over 60, taking care of somebody under taking care of somebody older, grandparent taking care of grandkid. But I also want to mention our community health worker program, because there is no age requirement, there is no insurance requirement, there is no cost to the person. This is another program that's funded through the titles. So this is short-term case management. So weekly home visits from a community health worker to, again, help with navigating resources, give information. And we like to say this is kind of for like pre-CICOA clients, because they may not need like long-term supports, but to really help address any issues. So the eligibility for that is very wide. Again, not tied to any of those things I mentioned. So definitely look into that, apply, refer yourself or refer someone else. And it's very likely that you would qualify for that program too.
So call.
Yeah.
Open
I mean,
your
just
mouth.
reach out,
Yeah.
right?
Open your mouth.
Open your mouth.
Open the mouth, yeah.
So we've got just a few minutes left here, and I would love to talk about Dementia Friendly Indianapolis a little bit more. I'm curious, what is the current effort for Dementia Friendly Indianapolis, and what kind of organizations are allowed to join?
Absolutely. So anyone can join the Dementia Friendly Indie group. We started this community initiative. Actually, it was my capstone project as an intern to start the community.
I love that.
Right. And I've been here ever since. But really, we have an action team comprised of professionals, people living with dementia, community members. Anyone can join to really help us create a welcoming environment for those living with dementia and their care partners. So our mission statement we came up with is we do this through CARE, an acronym the team came up with. So doing community events in the area, spreading awareness, resources. We have our own website that has local resources, local events calendar, and education. So we're doing that within our bi-monthly action team meetings. We're doing that in the community with Dementia Friends sessions, with doing speaking inquiries like this. So there's a lot of different ways that our action team members can get involved. We started out with 10 action team members when we had our kickoff event in 2023. We're now almost to 100 active members. And my definition of active is they participated in at least one of the things that we've done this past year. So we do like fall and spring festivals. We do a Living Well with Dementia event where we highlight somebody who's living in the community, who's living well with dementia, to really, again, bust those misconceptions, reduce stigma surrounding it. So there is a ton that is happening in Indy. I mean, so many resource fairs, educational opportunities. Like, we are so blessed in this area, but it's navigating those. So it's kind of bringing everybody together to share what they have going on, and also networking too, because knowing the community is part of being able to create this environment.
But you have to take advantage of it, folks. Like, if you're thinking, hey, I might be interested in anything that Holly's mentioned, it is up to you to reach out. And so again, that phone number is 317-803-6131 or CICOA.org. You get lost in any of that, just reach out to us at Caregiver Crossing here at Joy's house, and we'll put you in touch. Holly, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much
Thank you
for
for
having
everything
me.
you've
It was
done in the
awesome.
community too. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them.
Oh, I love you.
Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
Ever notice how life's best stories don't happen in your living room? They happen on the open road, out on the water, or parked under the stars. At Progressive, they get that you want to focus on the experience, not worry about the what-ifs. That's why they offer quality insurance designed for your ride, whether that's a boat, RV, or motorcycle. Adventure with confidence. Visit Progressive.com and see how easy it is to protect your favorite way to get away. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in D.C. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Central Indiana. Wish TV is now live on YouTube TV and Hulu Live, offering more hours of local programming than any other station. Search for Wish TV or look for CW8 on both YouTube TV and Hulu Live to find us. Watch local news, sports, and lifestyle shows live from Wish TV. You can still catch Wish TV free over the air or stream it live on wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile apps. Wish TV, available in more places for the latest news, weather, and sports.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I'm Tina McIntosh in studio with Noah Taylor, and we want to wrap up our time with you by talking about the Hoosier veterans preparing for the National Veterans Golden Age Games.
And I am so excited about this. And when I saw this pop up, this article, it just screamed to me, we have to talk about this on Caregiver Crossing.
Why don't I have never heard anything about this before?
We need to be involved in this.
Right.
Because there are 15 Hoosier veterans who are preparing right now to compete in the National Veterans Golden Age Games in Tampa from June 27th through July 2nd.
Okay, so I want to think about this for a second. It's national.
It is
It's
national.
for veterans, golden age, so older adults, and games. And it's a champion, like they're running for a championship. It's like the Olympics for older adults who are veterans.
It's the Senior Adult Olympics.
Nationally.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
absolutely.
Okay, so this is open to veterans age 55 and older, which I have to tell you is so interesting to me. I'm 54, Noah. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about these games.
I do have I don't understand. What is the 65 and 55? Because
Nobody knows.
sometimes
I don't know. Sometimes it's 50. Nobody knows
it
what the age
depends.
is.
Okay.
But let me just say this. My youngest daughter the other day wanted to cuddle some puppies. And this place also had birds. And a very long story made short is, I don't know anything about birds, but I fell in love with a bird. I didn't buy it. I'm not going to get a bird, but I liked it. It was cool. Like I had a moment with a bird. It was unexpected. And the young woman who was helping us said, I said, how long do birds even live? And she said, well, this species lives for about 15 years. And so, I mean, it's one of those things you'd have to write it into your will to give to your kids. And when we got home, I said to Georgia, how old did she think I was?
Was she talking about you specifically?
Noah, she was looking right at me. She was talking to and about me. And does she think I'm going to be dead in 15 years? I mean, we could all be dead in 15 seconds.
True.
But
why would
girl,
you have to write it in your will?
I mean,
that seems inappropriate to say.
All right. So anyway, I would qualify age-wise.
There you go.
For this. I could start training for this, but I'm not a veteran.
So
I'm not that wonderful, but I could. So let's talk about this. These games started back in 1985 when spree sweatshirts were popular and we were wearing jelly shoes. And it was a wellness and a sports program for older veterans. And so these athletes compete in these different divisions, and they include ambulatory, visually impaired, and wheelchair categories. Fantastic.
All right.
Now, what kind of sports do you think are played in this?
Well, obviously, I mean, all of the Olympic sports, right?
Yeah.
Swimming, basketball.
Yeah. No, you're right. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh,
This one includes bowling, cornhole, or bags, as some people call it, pickleball, table tennis, which is also ping pong. Yeah. Horseshoes, swimming is there, bocce, badminton, and shuffleboard. And we actually have an Indianapolis team.
yes, we do.
And it is called the Hoosier Heroes. And they brought home not one, but 2 gold medals last year alone.
We have some pretty special people here in Indy.
It's so cool. So tell us, tell me, why did this catch your attention? Like, why does this matter for us here in Caregiver Crossing?
Well, because I think we talk a lot about. Well, I mean, first of all, there's a million different ways and reasons why, but the 2 main ones that stick out to me are our purpose. The physicality of it.
Yes.
Being physical, being flexible, being all the things, staying attuned to your body, and then having that purpose really matters, not just for all of us, but especially for senior adults.
I agree entirely. I mean, listen, it gives you goals, it gives you challenges,
Right.
Friendships and community, and just something to look forward to, which we hear a lot of people talk about as we get older. Maybe you're not working, maybe you're not involved, maybe as you used to be, maybe you're friends, things have happened. And so we need to have that community. And I agree with you, the physicality of it for move your body.
Yeah.
get up and move your body, do
Yes.
something. I mean, there are
Yes.
times, Noah, that I do things when I'm by myself that are embarrassing, the way that I dance or move my body, but sometimes it just feels really freeing and good. Like, keep moving no matter what it
does.
is.
Yeah.
And many of the veterans who are training, they're managing, pain and grief and depression, isolation, like major trauma and life changes. And so it's really important. I mean, your health isn't just measured by, I don't know, doctor's visits and medication and how strong you really are.
I really love that point. I really love that point because I did have a hard conversation with. I was talking to him, and he said, when I go to the health providers, all they care about is that the results are okay. That
Yeah,
the
your
results
labs,
say
got
that
your
the
labs back,
results,
everything's
my
in
labs
normal range.
Say, yeah, but the gentleman was telling me they don't care about all the other stuff. Just because my labs and my results are fine doesn't mean all of the things around me don't feel different, and that okay. So that point really stuck out to me a lot, that it's not just the doctor visits, it's not just being at the hospital. There's so many other things
Yes.
that really apply to your health.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. And here is my question for you. If you were going to play in the National Veterans Golden Age Games, in which sport would you play?
I love bocce ball, but I'm awful at it. So I would probably go with cornhole. I mean, that's a good Indiana.
Oh.
It's an Indiana staple. How can we not, right?
Yeah. All right. I would be in for ping pong.
Ping pong is, for some reason, I'm really bad.
What?
It's hard.
Wait,
I'm awful.
do you not have good hand-eye coordination?
I thought so. I thought I did, but I'm just very poor at it. It's
Well, that's how I feel about pickleball. Like, I can do table tennis is what it says on the sheet. That keeps throwing me off. I can do ping pong pretty well, but I was a racquetball player, so my hand-eye is pretty good. But cornhole, no.
I'm better at cornhole.
No.
Maybe it's just the practice. That I've definitely played more cornhole than other people. We do want to give a quick shout out here to 3 of our Hoosier Heroes.
Oh, do tell. Yeah, I
Yes.
know we've got to go here in a second.
So Jasmine Pettiford served in the Air Force and Army and is preparing to compete in bowling and cornhole.
Whoop, whoop.
Dave Youngblood won gold in horseshoes last year. Woo! And is competing again while managing pain from old injuries. I'm sure a lot of these
Yes.
adults are. Bill Dwyer, who is 85, is competing in table tennis, badminton, and cornhole after using it as exercise and to stay involved after a loss.
How do you get on the team?
That is a great question. We should reach out and see.
Yeah, I wonder if it's through the VA or how that works. Anyway, how are we doing? I know we have to go here.
I
in
think
just a second.
we do have to go here.
All right, fine. Well, we will be back here next week. So tune in, Caregiver Crossing. Listen to us on podcast and share with your friends. We will see y'all next week.
Until next time, take good care of each other.
Don't let high golf rates drive you out of bounds. Save big with the Wish TV Great Golf Club card.
Central Indiana's largest golf club card membership is back for the 8th season with more courses than ever before. Save over 75% on tee times at 27 Central Indiana golf courses. All you need is the Wish TV Great Golf Club card. Cards are valid for the entire 2026 golf season.
Great courses, great savings. Score your Great Golf Club card today.